All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Ram Chronicles of Champions. Today we have OG Van Ward on the line,
What's up? What's up?
and then we got the 619 San Diego's finest EJ Watson.
What's happening? What's going on?
And then the man, the myth, the legend, Kenya Ragsdale.
What's up? What's up? OG Rags.
All right, yeah. So we're just gonna get it going. Who's the eldest here? Who's the first one to come in? Go ahead and start us off and go ahead and tell everybody where you're from, why you chose Colorado State, and then we'll go from there. How many years you played, what position you played, so on and so forth. You know, let the people know who you are.
Well, obviously, I'm old as can be. Okay, I'm 47. Came to CSU in 1990. I played 5 years. Played middle linebacker from Akron, Ohio, and just kind of came in a little scrub. New, never really left Ohio. First time out, leaving. Took a chance, and here I stand. Honey, that's my daughter back in the background. She being whatever. Let me tell y'all something. Come here, honey. This is my world after football. You know, we did our big things. We got some experiences. This is one of my experiences here. Say hi.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. All right. You go inside and play, honey. Daddy on the phone. No, we not. I'm not doing that. We done with that. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna go. I guess I'll go next. Van Ward, Cleveland Heights, Ohio. I came out there in 1991. Left out there in December '95. Played running back, backed up EJ. What got me out to Colorado State, man? You know what? It was just Earl Bruce. He was well known in Ohio, coaching at Ohio State. When he came and sat on my couch, man. You know, just his legend of who he was. It meant a lot to me. So I'm like, man, you know, I would love to go play for him. And he was recruiting out this way. I don't even think Colorado State recruits out this way now. But he was one of the main reasons I went to Colorado State, just to play for Earl Bruce.
And so you say, you know, so what was the recruiting process? Like, were there some other coaches involved, or like what was it that, that got you to go there? Because I mean, now, you know, recruiting is a total different beast than it was, you know, when you were coming out, when I was coming out. What was it that they said, he said, or what was it that got you to, you know, really look at Colorado State?
You know what? I think it was just more so Earl Bruce, you know, his history, him being a tough coach, in your face type person. He reminded me of my high school coach, you know. Didn't really know all the facts about him, but just kind of heard his reputation over the years, and, you know, had seen him on TV, you know, every Saturday, you know, in Ohio. You know, Ohio State was the team. So again, just to have him sitting on my couch, calling me, you know, every week, checking in with me, you know, just telling me I was gonna be well taken care of when I got out there. I mean, I was hearing from other coaches, but again, I knew about Earl Bruce, his tradition, it stood out. You know, and again, like I said, recruiting is different now, but, you know, he was his name, I believe, got a lot of players to come to Colorado State when they did.
Indeed.
All right, so we got EJ Watson up next.
Yeah, so my name's EJ. Came out of San Diego from a small little 90210 type high school, La Jolla High School. Ended up in Colorado, man. I'll never forget, man. I was getting letters from, you know, a lot of big time colleges, man, and I remember getting a letter from, and I threw it in the trash because that's just the caliber of the schools that were recruiting me, right? And my dad came into the locker room, pulled it out the trash, and said, "Boy, you never know." And then I ended up at Colorado State. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man.
Funny how things work, right?
Man. True story, man. And, you know, I was a Prop 48 coming in. And, you know, watching you guys play that first year was gut-wrenching. But I really I think that year I grew up, you know what I mean? And built, relationships with y'all, man, and saw the struggle that y'all was going through, and just couldn't wait to get my chance to get out there and participate and help out with the fight, man. So, came in, man, and all of us are highly touted and all that good stuff. But you get to college, man, you got to start from the ground up again. You know what I mean?
True.
So that was a trip, man. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
And then seeing dudes like Van run, in the stands when I was at the Prop 48 that year. You know what I'm saying? Watching Van get down and Leonis get down and just couldn't wait, man. Couldn't wait to shoot my shot, man. And it all worked out.
You came out on fire, EJ.
You know what? He lit it up.
That's what the team needed, though. It definitely was a momentum changer. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely needed.
So when you guys were under Earl Bruce, and when we had Brandon Evans on and Garrett Sand, just want to talk, like what your guys' perspective of, with the transition from, what would you say, Kenya? Because we haven't really heard anybody yet to talk about. Well, I guess Garrett did a little bit, but he was younger. What about how the defense was before Lubick and Kerr got there, and what position were you? Were you always the middle linebacker?
No, I started off as defensive end. That's what I came in as, and I kind of worked under Tom Ellers and just came in. I didn't really know what I was walking into, honestly, and I just came in. Like I said, guys, I literally was like a scrub. Like I came in, but I like to think I was a tough scrub. So when I came in and played some ball. But the transition, the defense was a little different. It was, that was Zabel as the defensive coordinator at the time when I came in on Earl Bruce, and they worked me, they pushed me, and I appreciated it. Actually, it was tough. It was tougher than it was once Lubick came in. It was way tougher than that. And I honestly, I don't know how many times I was ready to go home.
Oh yeah.
3 weeks of camp, two a days. That was Earl Bruce's mentality: run, hit. I wasn't used to that, and I survived it. And once Lubick came in, that transition was so different. And it's either way, just because of how I am, I was devoted, no matter who it was. And I knew we went from Earl Bruce for hard nose to Sonny Lubick to chill and kick back. But either way I came in, I was ready to get play for either one of them. Right. And the transition for me was smooth just because it didn't matter. But I can tell the difference in caliber of how the training was once it went from Earl Bruce to Sonny Lubick. And I appreciated both sides, because all of us probably know we've always have had either a tough coach or a laid back coach. And as long as you have those coaches with those calibers, it didn't matter. I can go either way. And that's what I did. I went either way. And I ended up moving from defensive end. I got a call after I found out about, the transition from Earl Bruce to Lubick. They was like, you going to linebacker, outside linebacker? I'm like, all right, cool. Came in and went from outside linebacker to Sam linebacker to middle linebacker. And that's where I started, and finished my career at. And I appreciated that change. I appreciated all of it because I learned a lot of things, and that's just how I am, And these are the friends that I've played football with, honey. And I appreciate it. You want to say hi real quick? Say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'll go on to speak off of that. I'm sure you guys know as well, when I first got there in 93 and walked on, one of the first players I came in contact with was Aaron Alford. So rest in peace to our guy there. You know what I mean? And then from Aaron, I met Kenya Ragsdale. because I was in the summer program there. So, y'all remember me when I came in, I was 200 pounds, 202 pounds.
Soaking wet, bro.
What you play?
Soaking wet, 200 pounds, bro, with weights on your inner thighs, bro. Hey, I'll never forget though, bro. Don't mean to cut you off, but I'll never forget. Saw A getting down in practice because I just started playing too. Because going back to like what Kenya said, that transition, my transition was on the outside looking in because I was at that prop 48. You know what I mean? So I saw guys, the frustration. I'd be down in Corbett Hall in the TV area when everybody's having team meetings and dudes are frustrated. And I can sense it, but there was nothing I can do, right? And then we transition. I'll never forget. Lubick comes in. First, he calls me right after Miami loses to Alabama because, there was rumblings that I was going to transfer out, right? So he called me, and I'm like, dude, one, I didn't hear about that, and I'm staying here. And then when we first meet, you know what I mean? I remember the team meeting. It was my first team meeting for football in college, and everybody seemed like they were kind of slumped down in their chairs. You know what I mean? Like, okay, here we go, new head coach. And I remember he walks in, hey, I'm Coach Lubick, I'm your coach. And then he started talking about team rules. And I remember how everyone used to complain about the team rules under Earl Bruce. And Lubick said, there are no team rules. Just go to class and don't get in trouble with the police. Man, I sensed the whole spirit of that room change, man, from that one time, from that one moment. But fast forward, so now we're at practice, and I'm seeing this skinny dude playing middle linebacker, backing up K Rags and all them. Yes. And we walking into Moby, and he and I are talking. And I turn to go in the locker room. Hey, am I wrong? Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, man.
No, you're right.
At him, I'm like, where are you going? You know what I mean? Because I was expecting him to turn to go with me because the way he was getting down. And I'm like, bro, where are you going? And he had that smirk on his face like, oh, man, I'm going to walk on. And I'm like, what? Bro, I walked up to Lubick and Delaney's office that day and was like, bro, y'all are tripping. Dude gets down. You know what I mean? Straight up, bro. Straight up. You know what I mean? So didn't mean to cut you off, man, but I had to put that out there.
Nah, yeah, I appreciate that because you were the one that got me out of the walk on locker room, and
yeah.
But that was something that fueled my fire and why I went out there. But with Kenya, it was almost like I had the perfect role model to what I envisioned when I was in high school to be a linebacker, and the look he had and the hard work that he did and just, how he was on the field. So it's funny that, being around Aaron, and then I was led to hang with Kenya all summer. So it was like, that was the first of my college was before college started.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just hanging around, and just soaking up everything. And then all the girls was like, wait, y'all two play the same position? And I'm like, yeah, we do. Hold on now. I'm only hey, freshman year ain't started yet now. Like, but like that was a rude awakening that, now I'm going to school with like women. You know what I mean? Like it was just like how they're looking at me, like I was just the boy, and so I said, yeah, it's time to hit this weight room.
K Rags was out there, diesel, and one of the strongest, just naturally strongest dude I've ever come across in my life, bro.
Go ahead, show him your hands, man. Show him them hands, man.
Man, K Rags was so strong, dude. Just natural strength. It was different.
That was that Mandingo, man. I brought that Mandingo.
Hey, Van, correct me if I'm wrong. We doing inside run, you just looking across, and you can't even see K Rag's face. You see
you see the whites in his eyes, man.
Yes, sir, bro. Be like, oh Lord, let me find a cutback lane, please.
Exactly. Put a move on him real quick.
Ben, so tell us.
Don't get it twisted, guys. You guys showed me some stuff yourselves, man. Y'all, I loved you guys, all three of y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all that straight up. And you guys gave me inspiration in your own way. And y'all might not ever know it because Sometimes I say stuff, sometimes I don't. And I got an opportunity to say it now. Whether it's you, AD, Van Ward, EJ, all y'all gave me inspiration in your own way. And I got much respect and love for you guys. And you guys played hard. I used to love watching you guys on the field. You know, I was happy when you hit the field. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, put him on there. Put him on there. I didn't care. Get him on there. Let's do it. Let's see it. Let's play. You know what I mean? And I'm 47 years old, and I still feel the same way right now.
Yeah,
I
seeing y'all's faces, I feel the same way, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know me, K Rags. I'm always trying to break dance against you. Let's play. I'll put the phone down right now. I'll put it down right now and call you out.
Hey, I just broke dance not too long ago against my son, so I still got it.
My dude.
Ben, well, go ahead and tell us about the transition. You know, what was your style of running back that they brought you in for up under Earl Bruce, and then did you like that offense better or the transition to the Dave Lay when Sonny Lubick came?
Man, it was a huge transition because, you know, Bruce, man, on the offense, he was all, I don't know if you guys remember Robust. He was all about,
Oh, God,
we're going to ram it down your throats. We're going to stack the backfield up, and we're going to just try to overpower you guys. And it was just, again, the style of offense we ran in high school. So when Coach Lubick and Coach Lay came in with the one back, the single back, it was different because we always had a fullback in front of us when Coach Bruce was there.
Yeah.
Now you didn't have a fullback. You were just back there by yourself. So you had to change up your mentality and trust your linemen. You know what I'm saying? You had to put a lot of faith into the linemen, which we did because they were great linemen. But it was just a huge difference for my style of offense and what I had played before. So, I mean, literally, mentally, it took me some time to get used to being back there, reading the holes correctly because it was all about power. With Coach Bruce and the style offense they ran with them, but man, I enjoyed it. Coach Luby, Coach Lay, the whole coaching staff, and they came with a whole different attitude.
Yeah,
literally, it came with a whole different attitude. We not only thought we were gonna win every game, but when we stepped on the field, we had so much confidence. Walking out into the field, coming out that locker room, and I don't think we thought we could win. We had Coach Bruce, but it was just a truly, totally different feeling. When the coaching staff, when that transition changed.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I literally thought nobody can beat us when we stepped on the field after that transition took place, man. Seriously.
I'm feeling. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I like I said, he called me up. He said, "Hey, you playing outside linebacker, this and that." And I'm like, "All right, cool." I felt like a totally different vibe and feeling with Sonny Lubick than I did with Earl Bruce. I love them both. Mm-hmm. Different styles of coaches, but oh my God, he opened us up. I mean, like to the point where you guys already know, we stayed up here that one year, if y'all remember.
Yes, sir.
No coaches.
Yep.
And we stayed up here and we practiced all summer long.
Everybody.
Came out balling.
Everybody was there.
Everybody.
You know what I mean?
Nobody went home.
Nobody. You know what I'm saying? It was that first year after we could have won the WAC.
Yep.
And we went up there and won the last 3 straight and beat the brakes off of Wyoming. And then we were like, I ain't going home. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It just spread man, like a disease, bro. And everybody was working out. We was out there doing 7-on-7s by ourselves. But what I think we were able to do, man, collectively was challenge each other without like personally attacking somebody. Because if we made a mistake, we was gonna call you out, but we was gonna have fun calling you out.
Yeah,
you know
right.
But nobody was gonna do it to the point where you felt like you were being like minimized and being talked down to, where guys would want to fight. Like we'd have fun, man. Do you take it personal? And it's like, okay, watch the next one.
Look it up.
You know what I mean? That's
right.
how we got down, man. I'll never forget how Strode and them used to do everybody when our games were on TV, and if anybody made a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's money. I wish he was on here right now. It's money to rewind it and call you out. Hodge and you got, man. We used to have so much fun, man.
My biggest enjoyment around that time is when those coaches stood outside that fence and then walk in there. They didn't mess with us. They watched us practice.
Watched us practice by ourselves. Everybody, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
We was doing it.
Hey, what do you think that came from at that time? Like, was it more because you could taste like we can go back to, let's go back to, I guess that would be 93. Like that was my first year. I think it was 5 and 6. What do you guys think was the key win that season? I have one game in mind for me, but because I know, I was coming in and I'm super cocky and, in my game. And so I was traveling at first. I think the first game I didn't travel to, y'all went to San Diego State. And I'm like, man, Marshall Faulk, whatever. And Marshall Faulk's out there shaking fools. And I'm like, man, come on, man, I should be playing and whatnot. Then I got back to that film room and I saw that close-up end zone copy. And I was like, ooh. Hey, I don't know about that. Never mind. Marshall Faulk was like, he had something to him. Obviously, he goes off and he was a Hall of Famer. So obviously there was a lot of talent in the WAC at the time. BYU and we had all the top offenses of what we see the league running today. We got that in college.
I mean, I ain't want to boast nothing like that. I just want you to say you brought him up, but we shut him down.
Never ran for 100 yards on y'all. Never hit 100 yards on our defense.
That's right. We shut him down.
Never.
So you can talk about Marshall Faulk and Hall of Famer. Well, we shut him down.
Let him know.
That was the mentality, though, man. That was the mentality of our defense, man.
Yeah.
That was it.
It was a
that 94.
I didn't care who we played, shutting you down, bro. Don't care.
Right.
I don't care how fast you are. I don't care what you got. I got goosebumps now still talking about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of shutdown, that 94 season win that I thought was significant was the Fresno State.
Ooh.
When Trent Dilfer and that offense came in and he was a Heisman candidate, and y'all got with him. Y'all got with him.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that game?
I remember. I got hurt that game.
What happened?
I remember that game. I got put out that game.
Oh, maybe that's why we did good. Man, I didn't know that. Like, man, who was your replacement, man? I maybe need to get him. Well,
there you go. That ain't right. No, they got me that game, and I think that was right before we went. That's when we went to the Holiday Bowl, right?
No, we went to the Holiday Bowl.
I'm saying 90. I'm talking about 93. I'm talking about the 93.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You said 94. So
I did say 94. My bad.
Okay, so 93. Oh yeah, no, I know that one too.
I can speak on that from the perspective of I remember not knowing if I was going to even play that year because I kept just waiting for my chance, right? And I remember I was trying to build up the confidence. I was talking to my dad, trying to build up the confidence to talk to the coaches, right? Because I'm 17, 18 years old, man. So how do you approach a grown man and say, I want to play? You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially when you're on scout team right now. But then you got Coach Lubick getting in your butt. So then I start, K-Rag, I start giving y'all the business a little bit in practice. You know what I mean? And then I'm trying to build up the confidence and courage to go and speak with Coach Delaney, man. And before I could say anything, I just said, hey, Coach, can I talk to you real quick? Man, and my hands were shaking. And he was like, EJ, you ready to play this week? I'm like, yes, sir. You know what I mean? And he was like, well, you're going to back up Leonis, which, understandable because, Bone came off 1,000 yards before that, running a 4.29. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, whatever I can do to help, man. And that kind of that game changed a lot, bro.
That the Fresno State game?
That was the Fresno State game, man.
Is that the one where we played Lorenzo O'Neal too?
Yeah. In Fort Collins though, with Dilfer. We played them up in Fort Collins when they were ranked. I think they were like.
No, I'm thinking of Utah.
Something like that.
I'm thinking of Utah.
That was my first. It was my first college game, Brad.
Yep.
When I went from 5 carries, I'll back Leonis up. I just want to get some experience. The next thing you know, 30 carries later. You know what I mean? I'm like, dang, man.
How many yards you rushed for? Tell him.
I think that first game I rushed for like maybe 210, 2 something, and like 3 touchdowns.
I enjoyed watching you carrying that ball. You and Van, y'all both had different skill sets and how you ran that ball, but both of y'all, when I saw you guys, when they put y'all in, I was like, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Let's
Yeah.
watch him. They're gonna do
Hey, hold
some
on real
stuff.
quick. Save that thought. Come here, man. This is my son Zion right here. So we out here in Arizona. All right. So this is Kenya right here, man.
Oh, we can't hear you now.
Yeah.
So
What's up, man? What's
There
up?
we go.
Right there, that's Kenya. Hey, Van, talk real quick so he can see your face.
What's going on, young man? How you doing?
Good. So that's Denzel Ward's uncle. That played for who's he played for the Browns?
For the Browns. Yep, for the Browns.
But getting back to that, man, like I'll never forget, bro. Like just being so winded, I'd never experienced. That was my first college football game, and I carried it 30 times, man. And I just remember the next morning, man, being so sore, felt like I was in like 25 car accidents, bro. And it took me, my wife was out there at the time. It took me to get from Corbett over to Fred. It took me in damn near 30 minutes, man, to walk that far. Because I didn't play football the year before. So to me, I just like the fact, man, that I was able to help contribute. You know what I mean? And just make a contribution, man, to the team and just do my part. You know what I mean? It was cool though, man. Great experience.
Yeah, I mean, I just missed the family, man. Like I said, I think everybody was just so close to that team, man. And I just remember the practices, everybody battling back and forth, whether it was the receivers in the corners,
Yep.
running back, linebackers, man.
Everybody.
I mean, everybody battled was trying to make each other better, man. So
Competition. It was competition.
Every day, man.
We used to go at it, but I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
DBs and receivers fought every day in practice.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Every day. And we banging with you guys an inside run every day. You know what I mean?
Run.
Yeah.
Oh, man, every day. It is what it is, man. And we would have fun doing it, though. I remember, guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, we hardly conditioned after practice because we got so much conditioning during practice.
That's true.
Right.
The 24 periods.
Yeah, we might run
no conditioning.
Practice, we might run 2 gassers, maybe. Because we
Right.
got so much work. You know what I mean?
I remember. I love those days too.
Yeah, me too, man. Get rid of this belly I got.
Hey, y'all brought up family, with the last group of guys. I'm going to throw this word out there and let me know what y'all feel about, well, I guess it's 2 words, Corbett Hall. How significant do you think the fact that we were all in there? I was coming as a freshman and you guys are all in that dorm.
Let me tell you something what's changed, in my opinion, guys. Team commodity has changed. When you separate your team like that, you separate that bonding, period.
Yeah.
I love that we was all in Corbett Hall because we all was together. We did everything together. Didn't matter what group was this or that. At the end of the day, we were together. And now that camaraderie is gone. It's gone because they got everybody separate. Nobody's together. So you can't build that. That's why I feel like, their success now is limited because they're not together anymore. Everybody is for self. We partied together, hung together, played together, fought together. We did all that together. And that's not like that no more.
I agree, man. I remember getting there, my freshman year. I was on the 4th floor in Corbett. You know what I mean? But I remember when I got there, my freshman year, the entire team was in one wing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was crazy. You know what I mean? But
D-wing, man.
What's that?
I said the D-wing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So I agree with you 100%, K Rags, man. Like, it's different, man. That bonding we were able to do, man, and build those relationships, man, and trust and like I said, we would have our own little film sessions by ourselves in the D wing, and everybody laughing and joking. And you better not have made a mistake because somebody was going to rewind it like 20 times. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, man. So we held each other accountable, man. You know what I mean? And you didn't want to be that weak link. And that's the type of stuff I'm trying to pass on to my little dudes. You know what I mean? But I'm a little fiery dude now. I was always quiet back in the day, but now at my old age, I'm getting a little fiery and outspoken. You know what I mean?
I can hear it.
You know what I mean? But it's that, man, I learned so much from all you guys, man, because remember, I was the young dude. You know what I mean? I got up there when I was 17, man. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing all of you guys, man, and I'm seeing the relationships and Man, I think about you guys all the time, brother. So I'm just blessed, that you doing this and I can see everybody's face, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it too.
Jeez, you have no clue.
Man, I'm glad that y'all are all able to come on, you know, to the Rams Chronicles of Champions, man, you know, because each one of you guys, like I said, you know, played a significant part in my career. You know, I already spoke on it with you, with Kenya, and you, EJ. You know, you had a year up there with me as a roommate, you know, and we had, like, you know, like you made a song about it, and you know, you're one of the few that saw the mission that I was on.
One.
And, you know, and like, you know, some of the sacrifice, because I have a lot of conversations with a lot of young men and women, and I'm always telling them, you know, like, my key word is sacrifice. You know, I think people always see the end results of things, and they feel that everybody was just handed something. And, you know, you were exact conversation to me walking to the walk-on locker room with no scholarship, and then, you know, we being roommates when I'm all conference.
Yeah.
But I wasn't done. You know, it was just like, that's just whatever. I don't care. I want to win, but I was on a mission to go somewhere. And so, you know, I appreciate you for that, and I appreciate, you know, the conversations from all of y'all, you know, and like the role models that y'all were and what y'all played a part in.
That's what's up, man.
Love to you, man.
Hey, man, I used to look up to Van. Hey, Van, can I put it out there, man, with the conversation we had going into our senior year?
I don't even remember, but go ahead.
Okay. So I remember coming up to Van before the season started. And it took a lot of guts for me to say this to Van. I walked up to Denny, because I used to call you that when I found out.
Yeah, I do. I remember that.
I call him Denny and I say, hey, bro, I got to admit, Van, you better than me down by the goal line, man. So don't trip if I tap my head and come out. Yeah. Because you better than me in the goal line, bro. Remember I told you that, bro?
Yeah, I remember that, man.
And then we were playing against Air Force, and I tapped my helmet and came out, man. And Van went in there and scored a touchdown, bro. Van was how tall were you at the time? 5'11", 6 foot, Van.
5'11", yeah. 5'11".
Man, Van used to get so skinny on people, making people miss, man. That was the most so slippery and slick, man. I'm like, dude, I can't even. It is what it is, bro. So come on, man. When we get down here, Denny, go in there and get it in, bro. You know what I mean?
I think it was that inside run stuff we did every day. You know what I'm saying? Made it a little easier on me. So I definitely appreciate that, though.
Yeah, man, man, Denny. Hey, bro, but that goes back to what we were talking to you about, those bonds and being unselfish and all those things. You know what I mean? Where you sacrifice, man, and everybody contributes, man, because that was the winning recipe, man. And we bought into that. We bought into that. I mean, I remember hearing Coach Lubick yell out to people, hey, if you backpedal like that, you're going to be pumping gas. And then we all start laughing. Everybody on the field started laughing. You know what I mean? So it's just the things that we used to do, man, and like we said, to hold each other accountable. I remember A. Ross, man. You know, dudes wouldn't give him a chance. A. Ross used to be hot, but A. Ross used to be out there balling. And every time they would give him a chance, A. Ross would go in and make something happen. You know what I mean? He was always told what he couldn't do. But the dude persevered, man. And I watched it from close and afar and was blown away by Ross, man. Straight up.
He was a hard worker, man. You know
Straight up, man. A. Ross used to be out there running 110s, bro, when nobody was out there by himself.
And running times like with the running backs, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Hey, Ross used to get after it, man, straight up. But everybody did in their own ways, you know what I mean? Fred used to have me out there running jingle jangles. Miss that dude, man. So yeah.
And then, you know, both of the rooms had competition. I mean, you know, it was like you said, you know, you get hurt or whatever. There wasn't that fear that we couldn't keep on going. You know, but then as a player, there was a fear that, okay, well, someone's right there on you, so you got to keep on getting better.
Yeah,
you know, both of our rooms were deep. I mean, you guys were deep at running back. Kenya, when y'all were there, we were deep at linebacker.
Yeah.
Y'all can speak about the running back room. I mean, how many? I mean, how many did y'all have out there? It was what, you, Leonis. I'll let y'all speak. Bernard Karn.
I'm going to go EJ before you even speak. When I first got there, man, the running back room was deep then. Like I said, Jeremy Burkett was the running back when I got there. Leonis, Renard, myself. We had a couple, Patton Grassi. We had about 8 running backs.
Yeah.
8 running backs in the meeting room. And Easy, I believe you came later that next year.
I came later. Yeah, I came later.
You came later. And they brought more talent in. So I'm like, I'm a little nervous. Like, how am I gonna get on the field with all these running backs up in here? But it was deep though. Everybody had their own skill set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody was good in their own way. Everybody were good players, but everybody had like I said, they were good at one particular thing, 2 particular things. Could catch, could run, was fast. But I mean, it made us better because again, it was competition every day. You know, in that film room, you saw everybody's talent. And it was like, man, that dude, he's all right. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it was. But I mean, it was deep.
That's real. And we
Every
also
time one of y'all got on the field, every time one of y'all got on the field, you right, man. Y'all showed something. And I got excited no matter which one you was, but every one of y'all had some type of skill set. I'm like, well, hell yeah, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like, woo! You know what I mean? Just pumped. Yeah. And so, it didn't matter how many we had. Y'all all played and y'all all contributed. And y'all, actually, I think that just disrupted a lot of teams because of that.
Yep.
They didn't know what to do.
Yeah, we was a running back by committee, man, straight up. You know what I mean? And I just remember, man, Coach Delaney always telling us to be tough.
Yeah.
You gotta be tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You gotta be tough SOBs. That's all he was telling us, man. And then you hear Lay tell us, hit it up in there. Right?
Right.
That's all you say, man. And hey, Denny, whenever he was fumbling with plays that he was gonna call next, what would he default to?
With the 34 zone or what?
34 zone. He'll be thinking something, man, and you're looking at the play clock, and you're like, Coach, man, the clock's running out. He'll be like, okay, well, give me deuce right, 34 zone.
34 zone, that's true.
And hit it up in there. That was it, man. You know what I mean? So, dude, we used to have so much fun. And hey, I got to correct you. We didn't have no damn meeting room. Remember, running backs, we met upstairs in Moby behind the bleachers, bro.
Yeah.
What?
You know what I'm saying? That was our meeting area, bro. Behind the bleachers, Coach Delaney would roll out a TV and a VCR, bro.
Right.
We'd sit a half circle around a TV, and that's how we watched ours. And then we got excited when they ripped out the broiler room and gave us a meeting room where we felt like we was on a small airplane where everybody's shoulder to shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have that. We didn't have those facilities, bro. We didn't have that stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
With Ellers.
That's what I think is really amazing when I look at it, and I've seen the facilities change over the years, and I look at what we didn't have and what we won with. You know, I mean, the game day locker room was small. Yeah. You know, but I mean, we didn't have facilities, no nothing, and we was out there all about winning.
Remember, we used to go to when we'd go on the road, we'd walk around other people's facilities like, man, why can't we have this?
Yeah.
Why can't we have that? You know what I mean? And dang near be mad about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Those were the days, brother.
Good times, fellas. Good times for sure.
So Kenya Ragsdale, do you have any significant coach or someone that you want to bring up? We've heard EJ bring up Coach Delaney. You or Van or anybody, EJ included, y'all want to bring up a significant coach and why they were significant at the time?
There's 3 coaches. There's Myers, Urban Myers, Larry Kerr, and Tom Ellers. I start with Ellers because Ellers has been my mentor since the beginning, guys. He's watched over me, he helped me, even still to this day. I'm 47 years old. And he pushed me. Ellers is the one that didn't let me go home, which I don't know if any of y'all know this. When I got kicked out of school and lost my scholarship, he was the one that didn't let me go back home to Ohio. He made me go to a summer school. He made me get my grades up, and I got my scholarship back.
Oh, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, dude. I was. You guys don't remember when I used to sleep in front of the dorm room doors, or I was sleeping on the pool table. I don't know if you guys. I thought you guys were there during that time. Yeah, I was kicked out of school. I had to get my scholarship back. Okay, I got it back before that next season. Maybe that's why nobody knew. But I worked hard and got that back. Larry Kerr, he taught me a lot. When it came to being a linebacker, Larry Kerr taught me a lot about being a linebacker. And I enjoyed talking to him and him teaching me and him just being him. Y'all know he was a Christian coach and he was just always whatever. And me and him just had times where we had conversation. He just kept me moving, he kept me pushing and kept me training and teaching me. And Urban Myers is just one of those guys that gave me I won't say respect, but he will walk up to me when we out there stretching before a game. He will say something to me. He'd be like, man, can you go out there and you kill him? And you go out there and you this, you that. He will say things like to me. I'll be looking at him like, yeah, you know what I mean? Those are moments, and those are big coaches that stick in my world. Don't get me wrong. Lubick was one of those things, and me and him did some things and hung and sung. But it was these three coaches who, throughout my years there, gave me those inspirations and kept me moving, kept me pushing. Because I could have easily been sitting back in Akron, Ohio, watching everybody play, doing something stupid. But I ended up staying, pushing, getting my scholarship back, and here I stand.
And then what was your conference stuff? Do you have any accolades? Like what was your
all WAC conference and leading tackler and just things like that. I mean, I don't have no All-American and stuff like that, I mean, it's weird for me, I used to, now I think about it, I used to be a little frustrated, like, man, nobody even talking to me about nothing, man. I'm leading the team in tackles, led the game. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what, it doesn't matter. Right. I don't care. I don't need to talk to nobody. You know what? I went out and played the game and enjoyed it. We whooped them and whatever. If anybody else is talking, then enjoy your conversation.
Right.
So yeah, I had some all WAC conferences and stuff. I've had people talk about, in the passing of, oh my God, I used to watch you play. Oh my God, you was this and this and linebacker and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I appreciate it. Thank you. Even to this day, guys, I still get that. And I look at people like, man, I'm 47 years old. Do you have any idea I ain't played in so long? Yeah, my daughter, she gets that all the time. She gets people talking to her. Your dad is Kenya Ragsdale. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm going, well, I mean, that's old news, guys. Like, but to hear it lets me know at that point in time, I didn't need all WAC. I didn't need all conference. I didn't need all American. People respect me. People still remember me because I went out there and played the game and I enjoyed it. And I feel like I was fierce at it. So there you go, man.
Yes, you were.
Yes, he was, for sure. Hey, I'm gonna say Coach Delaney, man, he knew how to relate to each of his running backs, man. He knew how to motivate you. He knew, he knew when you was feeling good, when you was feeling bad. He knew what to say to you. But like I said, he was able to relate to every last one of us. So I definitely appreciated him coming in and kind of taking us up on his wing because, again, we was all young kids coming away from home and, just still trying to figure out college, man. But he, like I said, he made us feel comfortable. I mean, he had us ready each week for the game. I mean, EJ talking about the film room. I mean, we watched so much film. I mean, it was perfect. You know what I'm saying? He made sure we were prepared and everybody knew their assignments. So he was truly a mentor, to me. And Coach Lubick, I mean, like I said, he didn't really come on the offensive side too much. But, again, just the whole attitude that he had, that he brought to that entire team, he shifted that momentum in 1 year. So you got to give him his praise.
You got to.
But that's those two for me for sure.
For me, it was a couple, man. Like when I first got there, my prop year, it was Urban, man. Here I am, like I said, that prop 48, I'm kind of just off by myself because I couldn't play. And he would ask me if I had schoolwork, and I'll be like, oh, Coach, man, college is easy. And he's like, he'd add, and then, week 2, he's like, hey, you got any homework? Oh, Coach, man, nah, teacher ain't say nothing yet. So by week 3, he asked me, and he was like, hey, this is what you better do. You better go back to your dorm room. You get every syllabus
that you have from every class. And you better meet me in my office at this time. And then when we met, and he went through everything with me, man. And then I'm sitting there like, he was like, so do you have homework? I'm like, yeah, coach, I got a lot of homework. You know what I mean? And then, you know, fast forward, Lubick and those guys come. And, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but I lost a couple of my best friends when I was in college, my boys from back home. And and Lubick, Urban was the one, man, that took me under his wing, man, and stayed with me, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, man, that stuff still touches my heart to this day. How he stayed with me, man, because I don't know if you guys realize when we went down and beat UTEP and we beat them 52-0, I wanted to go home to my boy's funeral, man. And I was, you know, my parents and even his parents were like, stay and play because that'll honor your boy better than you coming home. And you remember that game, man, I went into halftime with like 170.
I remember.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be there, man, until I heard my mom, and then I heard my best friend's mom tell me, you'd honor Yogi better if you played in your football game and play for him. And remember that I spoke out after the game, man, or before the game, because I never used to speak. And I told y'all, man, this means a lot to me today. So, you know, and then Delaney, man, like you said, man, such a mentor, man. You know, he was there for me, man, when I'm crying, you know what I mean, by myself on different things. Delaney's like a second father to me, man. You know what I mean? So, and then Lubick, man, you know, always coming in and cracking the jokes, and he can read your spirit too, man, where you at, man, and try to lift your spirits up, man. So I just think all around, man, those gentlemen, man, they just impacted me, bro, big time.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, I'll say for me, I'm going to be doing this a lot as the host, but, you know, I'll let you guys know. Obviously, Kenya, like, for me, Tom Ellers, because he's from Elk Grove High School. I went to Elk Grove High School. So kind of like you know, we have a very personal relationship. And so then when I moved to D-line, it was kind of like he's my coach every day, and we have this personal relationship. We butted heads a lot just conversationally, but, you know, because it was all love, you know. And then I had, you know, I was a linebacker when I first got there. So like you said, I think Larry Kerr gave me another level of the foundation of defense. And where to be and the holes. He did a great job of explaining it because, you know, Coach Kerr wanted to practice and have it be exactly what it's going to be like in the game and just get there. So it taught me a real good broad perspective of defense. And then, you know, then I had Uskladaney. So, you know, like my coach has kind of changed over the time. I like his energy and the stuff he had. And then at the end, like my senior year, I had Coach Moore. And I think as a pass rusher, he gave me, you know, more tools to use to take to another level, you know. So that, and then I always love to throw Johnny Square in there.
I was about to say
stuff as well, you know.
About to say the same thing, man.
And, you know, throw a tongue on the bite the tongue.
hey, Johnny would come and get me every Friday night, man. Obviously, we all did our Bible sessions. That was another thing, man. We used to do Bible study every week, man, with Johnny Square. You know what I mean? And then he'd come and talk to me every Friday night, man, right before check-in after the last meetings, and we'd go for a walk or sit somewhere and just talk. You know what I mean? And Johnny, man, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Just the mentorship that he would give me on a different level outside of just football. But he had a unique way of tying, you know, the religion and faith back to football. You know what I mean? So Johnny, man, oh my gosh. Love that dude.
Yeah.
That's it with everybody, man. Well, I appreciate y'all. Unless anyone has anything else to say, you know, this will wrap up the second episode of the Rams, the Chronicles of Champions. Y'all have anything else y'all want to say?
I'm just saying it was good to see y'all, man. I miss y'all.
Same here.
Man. Good to see y'all face, man. I do got one thing to say, Ross. Somehow, some way,
we got to bridge the gap with the dudes that put this program on the map and what they're doing right now. And I think with what you're doing, they're going to be watching, and they're watching from afar, and they're going to start asking the questions, and the issue is going to be forced, because it's not like you're talking to dudes that are saying how the program was that didn't grind and compete and contribute, and dudes that didn't put this program on the map. Remember, we were the Boise State before there was a Boise State. We would have beat the brakes off them dudes. You know what I mean? We had dudes, man, everywhere. You know what I mean? And dudes that contributed, bought into what the coach was saying. We'd run through a wall for any one of our coaches, man. So for what you're doing and bridging that gap so they can see from afar, because now they're going to start asking questions. Why don't we have a true football alumni association built up? Why isn't the first two teams in Colorado State's history to win a conference championship, why aren't they in the Hall of Fame? Where's the disconnect at?
Yeah,
The questions are going to be asked, man. And I'm thankful that you're doing this, bro, because you're forcing the issue.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Love you guys, man. You have no clue.
Same here, bro.
And just think, man, the Prop 48 dude that came through the door is now working on a doctorate degree.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
Get
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
There you go.
Get it,
Sir.
man. I'm trying to show my boys, man. You know what I mean? But it's from all of you guys, man. You guys have all impacted my life, man. You have no clue, man. You have no clue how much y'all impacted my life. Make me tear up thinking about all of these memories.
Happy to help, brother.
Love y'all, man.
Love y'all. Love y'all. All right.
I love my Sean Morans. I love everybody that was on our team. Brandon Evans, all them bullies in the front. Come on, man.
Man.
Come on, man.
Man, well, I'm gonna y'all are all gonna be back on another episode, Kenya, when we get all the linebackers up in here, and then when we get all the, when we bring all the running backs in, we get Jaime and Renard and Damon Washington and McDougal, and even, we need to bring old Coach Delaney on here. We see him on the Facebook.
Yeah,
let's get him on there. And so I hope y'all will come back up on another episode. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in, and go Rams.
Go Rams. Ram tough, baby. Yes, sir.
All right, fellas.